Good evening, everybody. Good
Welcome back.
evening.
Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
We live.
She don't want to do it with Instagram. Okay, don't worry about it. Yes, sir. Yeah, we live. Trying to get some stuff done in the background real quick. Well, man, how's your week?
Pretty good. Been out in the commission a little bit. Had to get one of my teeth fixed. Another adult thing you have to do. Spend your life as a kid avoiding dental visits. As an adult, you got to pay for them and you got to go to them. So
Yeah, man. Do it work when they numb, or you still feel it when they pulling it out?
no, it pretty much works. Like I
Yeah.
felt her hand rip away, but I didn't feel the tooth gone. Like I was like, "Did you get it?" She was like, "Yeah,
yeah.
I got it." Both of
Yeah.
my mouth kind of, but
Man.
this is the much as it kind of ever hurt, because when she was twisting it, she kind of twisted it like a little screwdriver to
Man.
like screw it out
Yeah.
and then break it.
Then you got
Um,
to pay after that. All that
but,
pain. That'll be. You playing with cash or credit? It's like,
but
damn, I'm hurting right now. My mouth is wide open.
your your responsibility is $800, so
Man. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching the podcast, Thinking Game. Pull the slide up real quick. That's probably too small. Say Mike and Jay. We're making content that encourages thinking for everyday working people learning about life before you get to success for us regular people because we ain't celebrities.
yeah,
So our
it's
first
listen.
slide. Let me know what you think about this, bro. A woman refuses to go into the Cheesecake Factory for a date. She recorded herself rejecting the date and he took her home. I think that's what he did.
He did take her home. He did.
I'm gonna watch the video real quick. What does a man do in this situation? And does this make her look blank? Let's watch the video real quick. Let's do that then. I think you said you seen it too. I don't think they're ding us for this because it's on TikTok.
Let me just get the door for you. Okay.
She trying to stunt for the gram. She putting everything trying to.
Got me at the Cheesecake Factory.
Do girls do that for attention, bro? Put the cleavage in the picture on purpose.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be framed.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll get somebody to stop and look at the video.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
I did notice though. This was is it Arabian guy?
You're recording me? Yeah.
Aladdin guy?
Yeah. This is the Cheesecake
Definitely not
Factory.
black.
For sure. He's got some color to him.
Yeah.
This is a chain restaurant.
Do you think a black guy would go for that though?
someone
Most black
that
dudes, I
looks
don't
like
think
this
they'll go for
to
that
a
though.
chain
I
restaurant.
don't know.
Well, any
Probably about
race people
60%. 60%
go
of
for
black guys.
anything.
Huh?
But he didn't even go for it.
Yeah. Come on.
He was nice about it, but most black dudes like, man, I just take you home, man. Just trying to leave you there.
It depends on the race, but it don't
What
matter.
did he say? Get you independent. Oh my God.
So yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So you expect a man
no matter what the race is, if you really like somebody, you sometimes you put yourself in a bad situation. You take more crap than you need to or you should.
And some of the things she said I thought was kind of weird, like trying to make an argument, but he was kind of debunking it every time. She was saying she wanted to go to a nicer restaurant, but she'd say, I don't feel comfortable enough with you to invite you up to my apartment. And he was like, why would I take you to a nice restaurant if you don't even trust me to bring you up to your apartment? So you're Cheesecake Factory level. And from what I heard, Cheesecake Factory ain't no bad restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
I enjoyed
your
it.
first date to take you to Cheesecake Factory. I mean, you taking a girl to Cheesecake Factory on the first date?
Yeah, I would.
No, would you? I'm talking about would you though? Would you say you
will
would?
You? Yes, I will.
Oh no. Well, I know Mike at 20 in his 20s, and I'm married. I've been married for 11 years, but Mike at 20 in his 20s though. I don't know, man. Yeah,
It
that's like
depends on how much you liked her. What like if you feel like you're doing good, you might not want to take her, in anywhere. You take her to Waffle House, IHOP, or something like that. You know what I mean? But if you're feeling bad, you want to try to make up that ground. Sometimes it's a bad strategy. You should treat the one that you have the most chemistry with the best, but that's not always sometimes how it works. And then I like that he got a chance to speak because she could have framed this video as just another broke man trying to take her somewhere she don't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And a man don't have to take you anywhere. But
I know in Little Rock we don't have no Cheesecake Factory here, right?
No, sir.
Yeah, people that's out of state say Cheesecake Factory is the business. Like if you take a girl there, you doing all right. They say it's not cheap. You know what I'm saying? Is it kind of like Copeland's? It's probably on the level of Copeland's?
No.
It's higher than that?
It's lower.
Really?
Yeah.
Copeland's really ain't that high. Yeah, like Copeland is like, it ain't that high. Copeland's.
They got a.
So Cheesecake Factory is like Applebee's. It's like Applebee's pretty much.
Yeah, I would put it a little bit higher than Applebee's because you can get a kind of fairly expensive steak from Copeland's.
I think from I think Willie D was eating on that other day. He had expensive steak. He had like a filet mignon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we ain't got one there.
She was telling her story, and she wanted the story to go her narrative. Another man treating her subpar, and she's above this level. Well, and she was going to talk about all the things he did wrong, not respecting her, not being a gentleman. But he showed he was
late. He said he had somewhere reserved, but you was late. We left the house when the reservation started.
Exactly. He opened the door, and then he said, "I had these plans. I made it to the date on time." And if you would have been on time, you would have probably got what you wanted. So sometimes, God orchestrates the situation behind the scenes and lets you see somebody for who they really is. Because she would have probably been a perfect lady if you took it. Now she probably would have been a bougie too if he took them to the.
If she tripping like that, at the Cheesecake Factory, bro. I mean, man.
If he would have took her to the expensive restaurant, I think she would have still kind of acted entitled. But he had all that planned. He showed it in his planner. That's where I plan to take you. So he was putting his really best foot forward, and then he's trying to salvage the date after she was like an hour, 2 hours late. Had him waiting in the car like that. So
he better than me. I'm taking you home.
Well, she was already home. I would have just went home, or caught the reservation by myself. After hours, too much. I'd be feeling insecure about it. Like, if I gotta wait 5 minutes, I was like, why am I here? Is this a setup? Is this a bad neighborhood? You know what I mean? So
yeah. So do you think she look ungrateful, or you think she just acting crazy, man? Thought she was gonna get a reaction, but she got the wrong reaction because they was eating her up on social media, man.
Yeah. And I don't, when you do things in the right way, I don't blame you or blame a woman or man for setting their standard. But your expectations got to be kind of realistic.
You can set your standard, but you got to take what come with it, though. You can set your standard, you just got to take what come with it. Yeah,
you're gonna lose out a lot of times, when people don't meet it. You know what I mean? You might meet the right guy who meets that standard. But she's kind of acting fake. I know this not. Some people that act like this is their standard, but they ain't never had it. I told I went on a date with a girl. She said her favorite restaurant to go to all the time is Benihana's. She didn't know how to order. She didn't really know anything about the place, but that's her favorite restaurant because she wanted that to be her standard.
You took her there?
But she'd never been there.
You took her there?
Of course. Now people gotta realize I like to eat too. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna go somewhere that I don't want to eat. You know what I mean? Or I'm not gonna have a good time. So you know what I mean?
I'm like Gucci, man. It's the East Side. We play by Gucci rules, baby. Oh man.
She was trying to order the.
Have this ever happened to you when you was younger? I know this probably happened to me a couple of times. I know what I did. I didn't play no game. I was mean. I was like, man, I'm not gonna go for this, man. Take you right back to the house. You can pout at the house.
out at the house.
Hit the Rolodex.
No, nothing like this has ever happened to me. I'm kind of real nice in person. You know what I mean? I have my I wouldn't say mean moments.
Yeah, you wasn't a mean guy like me. I was just
I have my
straightforward.
direct.
I'm like the
direct
Patriot way.
moments. You know
Yeah,
what
I'm
I
like the
mean?
Patriot way, man. You know, you good at yo-yoing. I'm on the Patriot way. This is what it is. Like it or not, you want to go somewhere, I trade you. Before the value run out, I trade you. It was like Bill Belichick to move on to the next game. All right, the next slide. Will you tell me what you think about this, man? Hold on, let me go to the slide real quick. Special Ed says NWA brought destruction when they dropped. Agree or disagree? And before you answer that, I want to say which one had more of an impact. The movie Colors was released in April 15, 1988, or NWA Straight Outta Compton, which released in August 8th, 1988.
Negative impact. I want to say Colors. It was really eye opening, and it was a brutal. It's real.
They came out before NWA. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It came like the Hollywood version of Banging in Little Rock, basically.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of a little bit more
I think
glorifying and showing put a more positive light on gang violence versus NWA. Now, I think NWA was like protest. You know, you got to stand up to the system. You got to stand up to this to the police. They were the first, like, hey, police brutality is wrong, and we are not gonna just get in line. I think that was a good message, and not necessarily destruction.
Here's the thing, right? See, that's what you see, but number one, I think Special Ed was hating because I think that's when he tried to come out too. No, I'm your idol, your highest title, numero uno. You know, you try to rhyme like that, and then NWA come out and just kill all it.
And
I mean, they changed the game, bro. They changed the game. But they didn't claim any gangs or anything. They talk about the gang lifestyle, how rough it was. They didn't claim any gangs or nothing. I think they did talk about selling dope. I think that will change the game, talking about selling dope. But dudes was already doing that before NWA came out. That's what people don't realize. I mean, he can say they dropped destruction. They just made a soundtrack to it, pretty much. It was already happening. I mean, I know I wasn't that old. I think I was, maybe 5 years old when they came out? 88? I born in 83. So it was about 5 or 6, something like that. I remember when it came out, though, because my older cousin stuff, we used to listen to it and stuff. But, man, it was rough already before the end, though. Projects was already in before the end. Dudes already strung out on dope before the end. They just made a soundtrack to it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Telling a story about their own lives and their own situations, you know.
Yeah, Colors changed the game, bro. I remember that. Colors was crazy, man. That Colors was crazy, man. You know, Game Bang Little Rock came, 92 or something like that? We was in junior high, I think. Yeah, about 92, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, Colors was crazy. But, yeah, I think it had more of an impact than the NWA. Most definitely it did. I think, man, before social media, that kind of was like the social media, the crazy movies like that and stuff. Colors and blood in and blood out, stuff like that. Definitely didn't make you want to go to jail. Like, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want none of that, man.
No, I don't want that smoke.
Boy. So tell me what you think about this, bro. This is the kind of stuff people don't understand or they don't want to talk about, right? When you talk about destruction in neighborhoods and stuff, when you live in that blue area, that's called, I would say, the straight drop. I mean, that's the straight hood. Whatever happens there, it's just crazy. It's where the craziness is. Then you get on the outskirts where you like maybe a couple blocks away, like the neighborhood, where you live in the house now. Now you don't live in the projects. Now you live in the house, 2 bedroom, 1 bath kind of situation, something like that. But you're still close to it. You're not in it, but you're still close to it. Then you got the subdivision where you got something newer, but it's a bunch of houses built the same in one little area, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the whole new world. You talking about condos and living in the heights and stuff like that. If you ever get there, most people probably don't get there in their lifetime, depending on from here. So that's like 3 level a 3-level upgrade to go to like the heights of condos from the drop. It's pretty crazy. But what do you think? When you think about, I think most people don't realize like that they don't understand about people live in the blue area and like right in the middle. Like I don't think they be saying like, you know, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, but I don't think they understand like don't nobody got bootstraps, and you know what I'm saying? It's a tough place to get out of. You really got to be creative in your thinking. You know what I'm saying? To get out of there. So what do you think, man? That people don't realize, like some of the misconceptions people don't realize, because I don't think it's more so race. I just think it's what you surrounded with, the circumstance that you in. It's really hard to outthink the circumstance that you in when you in the blue.
Because it's your perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People talking about how green the grass is, but you're in a box.
Boy.
When you look down, you see the cardboard box under your feet. When you look up, you see the sky, but you can't see nothing besides you. You know what I mean? That's perspective, you know.
Because doctors, nurses don't live here in the blue. They don't live in the drop, in the straight drop. It's not happening. The people that you around, the people that you see when you living in a straight drop, they're not nurses, they're not doctors, they're not prominent people. So how can you expect a kid to want to strive for greater when there's nothing around him that tells him that he can be great?
Yeah.
I think that's some of the misconceptions people don't realize. Like, I don't think it's more so race. I just think it's you don't have enough information that you would want to kind of rise above, because it's a lot to rise above, because if you try to be different than what's going on there, you get ridiculed, people looking at you crazy, you know what I'm saying, think you weak.
Boy.
All this other stuff because you don't want to participate, you know what I'm saying? And so we go to the next section of the neighborhood. A lot of times you think you're away from it, but you're really about 2 or 3 blocks away from it, you know?
Exactly.
You ain't too far. It's kind of like
You
Westgate
too
and
far away to
Wakefield.
get touched.
Yeah, it's kind of like Westgate and Wakefield. You know, you move to Wakefield, you know, you still right around the corner from it, you know what I'm saying? From the gates, man. And you got a better chance, I guess, than being in the straight drop, like in the projects or anything, something like that. But some neighborhoods, though, sometimes the drop take over the neighborhood because you're so close to it. Stuff start, people moving houses that's in there, you know what I'm saying? Now they start doing stuff in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying?
Just trigger down effect.
And then subdivision, I think is cool because, you know, you kind of away from everything. You kind of, I think the only thing you got to worry about in subdivision is like, say, if I know me and my brother experienced this. Like, we lived in you know, in projects for a while. We finally got a house. We didn't realize that you got to maintain the house, like the yard and stuff like that.
Yep.
It took us a while to kind of get wired to do that. You know what I'm saying? And just didn't want to do it, being lazy. Then my mom telling me, man, we lived in apartments so long, y'all not used to doing it. So that's why I kind of went hard on y'all about doing it, but.
That's rough.
That's the thing about that transition from the straight drop neighborhood to subdivision, you know. It's a little bit different. Way more quieter in the subdivision. I mean, you literally can lay down and go to sleep and hear the air rustling through your house, you know what I'm saying? Instead of hearing bullets fly off. So subdivisions are cool, and it seems like now people starting to move in subdivisions though. Depending on where you at. It's like everybody's starting to move further out and further out.
Yep, and then they buying up the city.
Huh? Yeah. And then if you get out of subdivision, you know, the few of us that make it out of the subdivision level, because sometimes subdivisions is not too far from the straight drop either.
Yeah.
Because you think you got away and they built the apartment right around the corner. You know, the neighborhood just went crazy just like that. Sometimes, you know, the neighborhood was good. Next thing you know, it turned crazy. You just got to be mindful and aware. And some people can live in a straight drop and don't get involved in nothing. They kind of stay away from everything. They kind of obscure. They just go to work, go home. They don't get involved in nothing. And they just kind of, you know, stack their money up so they can move to the neighborhood or subdivision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, something like, you know, some men can live anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could be a doctor as long as they drive that same Honda Accord or they old Camry. I can live anywhere. You know what I mean? Because some
Yeah.
men don't wear their money. Now,
Yeah,
if you
that's
got a
true.
family, it looks different where you actually have to live. You
Yeah.
set a standard on that.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful about that.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Some kids are drawn to the drop. Like they didn't even grow up in a straight drop. They live in a subdivision, but somehow they wander over into the drop. It's like, what are you doing here, dude?
And that's the thing too. Like when you like doing stuff you're promoting, but you're not promoting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or let's
You're
say
attracting kids.
a boy or a girl. If you live in a subdivision, but you meet somebody in a straight drop, you trying to compare them to your subdivision living. They don't live the same way that you live. But you try to bring your rules, your subdivision rules, to the straight drop, and it don't apply. You got to realize that. You know what I'm saying?
And then you said, like, even when you're in the subdivision or any kind of community, you gotta watch your homeowners association.
Yep, that's true.
They all could vote, and you gotta watch what the city voting for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll give you a chance to vote. Do you want some apartments? You know, less than a mile down the street from you.
Because you remember Otter Creek, you want no apartments back there. Now they got some apartments behind Otter Creek now.
Yeah.
Right there behind. And for a long time, it wasn't nothing but just trees, man.
Yeah, good
So
luck.
I don't know how they did that. All right, let me go to the next slide real quick. Tell me what you think about this one. When men change, things will change. Learning self-discipline as a young man. How important you think that is? Learning self-discipline as a young man.
Controlling yourself, regulating yourself.
Man.
That's the first line of defense. Controlling your emotions.
Yeah.
Not letting things happen to you. I mean, recognize it as a situation, because if you can't handle that, you're gonna fly off the handle every time something bad happens, or you're not gonna be equipped to handle good things.
Yeah.
And that started as a child. You know what I mean? If you don't like police your boys and discipline and correct them, you know what I mean? They will be that emotionally immature man, the emotionally unavailable man, all the above. And then the woman is trying to marry that that man.
Yeah, see, it's this thing too. Like when you don't have a father, I know for me, to teach yourself discipline is hard because your perspective on discipline is different. You know, there's people think there's I guess there's a standard of what self-discipline is, but when you're a kid and you don't have that man figure to tell you what self-discipline is for a man, your self-discipline may be, I can manage about 2 or 3 girls. If I'm self-disciplined, I can manage about 2 or 3 girls, man. I'm 17, 18. I can manage about 2 or 3 girls, you know what I'm saying? Keep that. All I got to do is just stay disciplined, man. Call each girl 2 or 3 times, text a couple times. If I stay disciplined, then you realize that's crazy, man.
Exactly.
Using your brain resources for something, you could be using it for something else, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, we seen this, you know, dudes have like mess around, it's like a chain reaction. You mess around to get out there in the game. Next thing you know, you got like 5 kids, you know, 4 different women, and child support hits you, and man, it changed your whole set of choices you can make.
Yeah.
Like going to college, probably out the question for a while until you can get that figured out with the 5 kids, you know what I'm saying? Any job you get.
And it was hard before you had kids.
Yeah, for real. And then any job you get, anything touch your social security number, they taking. You know what I'm saying? Or they send you to jail. When they send you to jail if you behind on child support?
I'm not sure.
I think you will. I think they do. And that sucks because now you really in the hole, because how you gonna pay that back? You know what I'm saying?
No income, you're gonna definitely lose your job. You know what I mean? A lot of us can't handle a 30-day jail stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because of your job. You can't miss work for 30 days.
Boy.
Out of the blue.
Then don't let it hit the news. You definitely done when it hit the news. You done.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have what will increase a person's chance to succeed when you coming out the straight drop? Like what if you could like tell a kid that's like, man, I want to get out of this, I want to keep my nose clean and get out of this, what would you tell him? Like if you know he'll listen to you, what would you give him advice on, knowing what we know now at 40?
Learn the basics, reading and writing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's very important. Everything you do involves reading.
Yes.
It's not, figuring out. The instructions are to be read. You know what I mean?
Literacy is very
Everything,
important.
most stuff got a picture, but everything ain't got a picture on it telling you what to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? A lot of men wasn't raised around other men to know how to change the tire.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then women or other men be looking bad at him, but he didn't have another chance. It's like he skipped first grade.
Boy.
We wouldn't be mad at the kid. So he made the mistake when he was a kid. Now he could have corrected it by being an adult and doing what he needed to do to learn.
Yeah, because some kids, I think, if you have to be taught the intricacies of the intricacy about accountability. You have to be taught that. If you're not taught that, you won't be accountable. Most people get offended when you hold them accountable. It's the weirdest thing, but
it feel like an attack.
yeah, gotta be accountable, man. It's like my wife was telling me this kid. This kid was what 270 pounds and jumped on his teacher because they took the Nintendo Switch away and knocked the teacher unconscious. And then he was hoping that the teacher would show him leniency in the court. Teacher was like, "Nah, I ain't showing you no leniency, dog. You knocked me out. There's a woman too, a dude, a young man, and a woman. Yeah, right. And in Florida, boy,
could have got shot.
Boy, look at that teacher that stand the ground. Yeah, but yeah, he knocked down unconscious, man. It was pretty crazy. Now let's see. Learning about life. This is something kids need to learn. Don't waste your time trying to justify your victories, blessings, or success. There will be people that despise you regardless of the fact. What you think about that, bro?
Yeah, keep stuff. Some stuff you got to keep to yourself. Even celebrating and things like that. I know we all need help. You know what I mean? Somebody to vent to, somebody to lay your head on their shoulder. But the shoulder you was laying your head on 6 months, 2 years, 5 years later, that can be the one that's trying to tackle you. So you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And don't get caught up in validation. Like validate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait on another person. Yeah, don't wait on another person to validate you because sometimes, man, dude, that stuff can be intoxicating as well. You know what I'm saying? With success. So because people gonna always find a way. Even when you're successful, people be like, man, he only got there because of this, or he only did that because of that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's crazy to me. Like you can be shamed because you have privilege. Other people, races, don't feel ashamed of having that privilege. It's just the way it is, and I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's cool when they do it.
The problem when I do it. But yeah, I'm trying to tell the kids that, man, don't let people outside of what you know tell you, and they don't even know where you're going. Like you trying to be a doctor, but they telling you being a doctor ain't good or something. Like, man, you ain't got to be a doctor, man. Don't do that. And they don't even know what it is to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Even with these colleges, people saying you don't go to school because of debt, but you go get a 30-year mortgage though. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do 5 years of school though. They can give you equity on the corporate world, give you more money, man. So, but yeah, man. Regardless of your success though, you will never get 100% buy-in. I ain't never seen it. There will be always somebody that hate on you, man. It's just crazy.
For sure.
But it's gonna happen though.
You're doing something wrong if they're not hating them, really,
Boy,
basically.
for real. They say you doing something wrong. So I seen this on Facebook, man. Somebody posted this. I even tried to do this, but I didn't get past the interview part. It says the pros and cons of different career fields. I'm gonna try to do this more. As we keep moving forward, different career fields. They say they're hiring to be a firefighter. And with the pros and cons, some of the ones I saw when I know people that do it is it's like room to grow. It's not like a ceiling job. Like you start off as a firefighter, you can get stuck there. But you can always grow from being like a regular firefighter to, I guess you'd be like a sergeant, a battalion chief, an engineer, just different little stuff like that you can grow to. Like I say, exposure to different positions, retirement pension. I think they still do that, retirement pension. And then the schedule, you work 1 day off 2 days, unless you're working overtime.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that, bro? You know any more pros of being a firefighter people don't know about?
No, I don't really know too much about them.
And dude, you could start. I mean, if you don't want to go to college, but you still want to learn, you could do that at like 18 and be a firefighter, and you can just grow. You can just work there and retire when you get old enough. I guess you have a pension and everything, and you go to school when you only working 1 day off 2 days, so you're only working so many days a month. And then the cons, then the cons. 24-hour shift. Like when you go to work there, you work there the whole day. Like you may start at 7 in the morning. You ain't gonna get off to the next day 7 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You got bunks and stuff, and sleeping quarters and stuff like that. You think you work holiday if your day fall on a holiday or weekend, you working that day unless you taking off. Working holidays or weekend.
Yeah.
And then the exposure to things, right? Being a first responder. They call you to the scene. You don't really know what you're coming to. You may hear it on the radio, but they might not paint the picture right. You know what I'm saying? We got an incident on so-and-so street, 2 individuals involved. That's all you get. And you go out there, man, brains on the street. You know
they get bar has a suit on.
Yeah, another dude, arm hanging off of him because he got hit with the gauge, you know what I'm saying? And then, what about on the freeway? You get called to the freeway, accident on the freeway. And it's such a bad accident, everybody, passed away in the car, everybody dead in the car. You walk up on there, you see death. Everybody can't handle that mentally, you know what I'm saying? Then you still got to go home and go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about too. You got to be mentally ready for that kind of job. Ain't nothing to play with because you're playing with life and death, you know what I'm saying? So, but let us know in the comments any other pros and cons about being a firefighter that people don't know about. But definitely something to start when you're young. Don't wait till you get older. Also, before I move on, when you do the physical test, you got to be in shape. You got to be in some kind of shape. Do not do that if you're not in shape. You won't make it. I promise you won't make it. When I did it that day, I was going to the field running with the weight vest on, man, trying to get ready for it. And I think what got me through it was the wheel. The eye of a tiger what got me through because I wasn't in the greatest shape. But let me tell you something. It be dudes that work out for it and they still fail because of all the stuff they have you doing. And the things that I saw that was getting dudes was you got to carry a hose pack that's probably like a 70 or 100 pounds up like 5 flights of stairs. Then you got to walk back down the 5 flights of stairs after you've done most of the course. And you may think you're strong. You may think that you can do it. But if you ain't in shape, you ain't going to do it. Because I seen one dude, man, he was like one of those overachiever kind of dudes. He was like, man, I got to pass this test, man. I got to be a firefighter. He got all the way to that part, and I think his legs failed on him, bro. I think he stopped like halfway up, like the 3rd flight of stairs, man. His body just kind of failed on him, man. He was just mad, man. You just hear him screaming because he wanted to finish. But, bro, that physical test, man, you got to be ready for that. Make sure you work out because that'll wear you out. So, with that being said, though, let us know in the comments what you think about being a firefighter. Would you do that? Would you do that, or would you try to be something else? But I think if you're 18, between 18, I think the cutoff for time is like 32. It's somewhere in the 30s. I think that's a great career, but yeah, you got to be in shape though, man.
For sure.
Because that hose pack, carrying it up 5 flights of stairs and carrying it back down, it sounds easy till you do it. They put that thing on your shoulders. A lot of people can't even carry a watermelon to their car.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I've seen some
back on your shoulder, man.
I've seen some police officers that look like they couldn't carry a honey bun.
Boy.
And but I think the world in general is in less shape now.
Yeah.
Like even civilians, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
22-year-old kids getting tired running halfway around the block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just
It's
not true when we were growing up.
Man, when you living in a straight drop though, man, you can't be outside like that, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be careful out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Living the heights, they be walking around, drive through the heights. They be walking around outside, not a care in the world, you know what I'm saying? Walking down the little district or whatever, go grab something to eat, go to taco place. Southwest, all the stuff is on the main street. The food place seems like on the main street on Baseline.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? So here's the next slide. What you think about this one? If I can get to it, Lord have mercy. Now we talking about tech. How has the tech changed the game for regular people, and how can tech help a person come up?
Basically now anybody can have a YouTube channel or a TV show or anything like that, create content, and it's in the palm of your hand. You got to think about, even when we were like 9, 10, what did a video recorder look like? What did a camera look like? Think about what is the smallest camera you have ever seen.
Like that big, man. You did the one on your shoulders. Or you had the big old, I had one, a big old one with the little tapes, the little gray tapes.
Yeah. So you gotta look at that, but technology, you can do that. And the more people are doing with the technology, the more we need people to fix that said technology.
Yeah, that's true.
The cracked iPhone case, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The parts you gotta order from Amazon, installing those and things like that, getting stuff to point A to point B,
And then that's a whole nother skill, right? Not everybody wants to understand the setup of making content. Just doing this, how consistent you got to be, what you need to have. Let me know in the comments if you want to know what you need to have. What stuff do you need to get? How to make, a background, green screen background look like the actual background, not be all fuzzy and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Whether you researching stuff, you know what I'm saying? Instead of worrying about another person's opinion and information, you can actually look the information up now, you know what I'm saying? It's all kind of stuff, man. I mean, for me, paying bills, you can keep up with all your bills on a spreadsheet, on a Google Sheet. You don't even got to buy Excel spreadsheet no more. And Google Sheets is free, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to buy it, Excel. So, keep up with your budget, man. Because I wonder how many people really if we did a poll, how many people keep their budget? Look at their overhead, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to show you too. Let me go do that real quick. Move, scroll down. It was Lil Yachty, man. He said that he spent like $52K a week on overhead, bro.
That's crazy. And the dollar's still worth the dollar.
You said what?
A dollar's still worth the dollar.
Check this out, bro.
I got $52,000 in bills. I have to work. Let's say I got $13 million in the bank, right? And my overhead is $52,000 every month because of my houses and my staff and cars and insurance and all these things I take care of and all these people.
That's some people's salary, bro.
I'm still a rapper. I still want to go to nice dinners, eat well, fly my girl out, go to see my girl. We still want to do all these things. You have to be making money while you're sleeping. Potatoes.
$52,000 a month.
And people be hearing that stuff and they be like, that's normal, right? That's what a normal man makes. That's not.
No. Man, you got some people don't even get that their salary in a lifetime, let alone can get to that salary. And then he making that a month. And my thing is, if I'm making that much money, I'm trying to cut down the overhead, man. I ain't trying to spend that much, but I ain't start off like that though. So, but I ain't trying to spend that much a month, man. If I'm spending that much of money, it better be for like some investing stuff that's gonna bring me more money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you bleeding at that point.
Yeah, but because man, 52, that's $150 every 3 months, man. Woo! If I'm paying that many people, that means I must got an office building and they doing everything. All I gotta do is just sign checks, and just give it to people. I better not be doing nothing, man.
Dude said he wants the works.
Man, want the works. I want it all. So our next slide is, have you seen this? Jada, we're gonna go outside the box on this. Jada claims her and Will have been separated for 6 years. You hear that?
Yeah.
My question is, if Will was not your soulmate, or you did not have the same chemistry she claimed she had with Tupac, why did you say yes when Will proposed to you?
Well, it's a situational love. A lot of people are in that. You know what I mean? My
What
love and
is
loyalty to
is it
you depends
situational
on
love or is
my
it financial security?
survival. Was that?
Is it situational love or financial security?
I mean, yeah, that's the situation. I'm trying to lock down my financial future. So the situation is I need to get this man to secure my future. I can secretly want somebody else. I mean, that's
That's
in this
crazy.
world, that's perfectly acceptable. You know what I mean? They'll get
Yeah.
mad at him for catching her cheating. That's the
Boy,
just kind of world we live in right now.
that's true. Very true.
You know,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. She just remind me of a scroll, bro. She don't know what you're getting, man. I shouldn't scroll.
you really don't know with with the attitude of your business you put out. Now understand, a lot of people don't get this understand this front. Like it's like your family, your brothers, your cousins, y'all can argue all day behind closed doors, but when we out in the world, we united. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody mess with you, they mess with me, and we've been probably fighting all day. You know what I mean? But it's still, that level of respect. So I understand it. Like, well, to keep the married face on, like we come somewhere together. We have our kids. You know what I mean, or their son, or Jake will, or whatever. Y'all have your son, and you present this family to the world, and then ain't their business what else happens. But she telling them all the business. Like that's not a good partner. Partners don't tell their other partner secrets, even friends. You know what I mean? Mike, he did that and this. He chew on his own toenails. You know what I mean? Like,
boy. That's why I told wife Jay wanted to. He got me dead to rights, man. The thing I want, huh?
And this stuff like that just don't come up.
Yeah.
Even for attention, you know what I mean? Start spilling your guts on your friend like this. You know what I mean? He cheated on his chemistry test. You know what I mean? He was never a real one. You know what I mean? Like, who would do that? And and another thing too, they're blaming Will for staying in the situation that's toxic. He's got to leave.
Yeah.
But we don't blame. That's abuse. Attacking somebody's emotions, finances, physically. That's abuse. Public shaming somebody like this, dragging their pain. That's abuse, and it's torture. People have killed themselves for far less than what she's doing to this man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, dudes that marry girls like that, that personality like that, that ain't got money. Most of them do crazy stuff to themselves because it's like, man, what did I get into? Like, I wonder, did he ignore signs? Did he ignore the signs?
Of course. I mean, not like,
you know what I'm saying?
Nothing starts like in one day and the whole thing happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is nitpicking this and that.
No, I'm saying before he even got engaged to her, did he ignore the signs? Like somebody like this, they didn't just start this 10 years ago.
Now, he's toxic too. Like you get divorced and then you move somebody in and y'all start traveling the world and y'all inseparable. Right. For her to be that emotionally available when he say, "I'm single now, jump," and you jump. You know what I mean? That's not a good place to be in. But financially, you just basically hit the lotto at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I think that's why she don't want to leave too. I think she don't want to leave the lifestyle.
He don't want to leave too. I mean, splitting up their marriage is breaking up the team, the foundation. They worth less separated. But we would never blame a woman for staying if she was getting beat.
Yeah,
that's how abuse works. People stay with their abusers. We would urge her to get away, and then we're urging Will. You don't.
So you
need
saying
to
Will
be
Smith is like Tina Turner? Is what you're saying, man?
Yeah. Basically, he's getting the emotional part based on the movie. He's getting the emotional part of abuse that Tina maybe got more of the physical. You know what I mean? this not in the house. Like, if they're kinky and they like to disrespect each other, that's fine. But this not in the house. That's not a joke between them two. This is for the whole world. Now,
go ahead.
What the other thing, like, would you trade your pride, your reputation, your character for money? So this promotes her book, Making a Fool of Yourself. Like they said, Beyonce did it with the elevator thing. You know what I mean? That was all staged, but it kind of damaged your reputation. But you sell 1 million records, you know.
Right.
What's the cutoff? Like, what's too much? What won't you sacrifice? You know what I mean? Your pride, when you're married.
And here's the outside the box take, right? I think about Will, like, some people go into marriage and they say, if this happened or this happened, I'm gonna leave this person. For him to stay with her, how much mental and strength do it take, and how much love does he have for her? Because it's like saying the Bible, love covers all.
Yeah.
And people don't realize could be the all, you know what I'm saying? This is through sickness and health. This is the marriage vow through sickness and health. You know what I'm saying? It don't have stipulations in there where she can make a book about you and now you can divorce her, you know what I'm saying?
Now, I mean, I'm seeing where you're going with that, and I'm right there with it.
Yeah.
That's mental illness. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's when she gets mad. She's a little bit hard to deal with. You know what I mean? You know, you got to fight through that too. You know what I mean? This is a part of your trial too. But on the other hand, I say you got to say what enough is enough. You know what I mean? But
man, it's Hollywood too, man. Both of those people, they are really good actors, bro.
So
that's another thing, man. This could be straight playing.
How can I believe anything? They are professional liars.
Yes.
They are professional liars.
Yes.
Like, that's what they do for a living. I've seen Will cry on I Am Legend. You know what I mean? They almost had to hear, like, emotionally, that movie like kind of seemed real. He cried, and that was just work for him.
Yeah.
So you think he can't cry on command at the red table with his wife? He loves her since they was like children, basically, teenagers, whatever. She's saying that stuff. He can bring a tear. I mean, he's a phenomenal actor. Jada,
Academy Award winning, baby.
Exactly. Jada's a really good actress in her own right. So she could be playing this cold, callous person that doesn't have an emotion for anybody except Tupac or the person that she's trying to relate to with emotional intelligence at the red table. It seems like her relationship is good with her kids, but she's just like Ice Queen. I'm just cold like a robot. You know what I mean? She don't really smile or whatever, anything like that. So, I mean, those are two.
What was her highest peak season in her acting? I always kind of think about that. Like,
I think when she got her own show, Hawthorne, I think,
yeah. Then she kind of cooled down after that. She kind of cooled off after that.
But she wasn't really hungry for jobs, and I think that kept her prestige kind of up where it was because she didn't have to take roles like everybody else because, your husband's got like $100 million or something like that. She takes the roles that she wanted, and I think that's always given her power. And she did the little trend. I don't know when, like the Hood movies and in Living Color. I mean, not in Living Color.
Was it Woo?
Different World?
Yeah, different.
Different stuff like that. You know what I mean? Getting away from like totally black projects. You know what I mean? Getting more mainstream. She was always respected, in the black community. And then you see two.
It seemed like she was respected, but it seemed like something happened where she just wasn't in stuff no more. It's like it just kind of fell off a little bit.
I mean, her she started having babies. You know what I mean?
It's just like what's her name, right? With Halle Berry, right? You don't really see her too much. I mean, she's older now, but yeah, she kind of fell. I can't imagine what that does to you psychologically. On top of the world.
Acting skills don't go nowhere. You know what I mean? Like,
no. I'm saying like, it's not about the acting. It's about your age. Sometimes it seems like when you get older, the offers start to diminish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they say,
you in your 50s and 60s, you ain't gonna get the same stuff you got when you was in your 30s and 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they say Schwarzenegger is having that realization with himself and his own body. You know what I mean? just to be at the peak of physical
What do you
condition
mean?
all the time, and then
I
it's
am the
like,
Terminator. What do you
Yeah.
mean? I cannot be the Terminator anymore.
you know,
Sylvester Stallone, you know, but because I can't imagine though you being on top of the world, because you know most dude Holly Berry, man, she was at the A-list, and now you ain't the A-list no more. Psychologically, what that does to you, you got to come to that realization. It's got to be kind of hard, you know, to realize that you're not A-list anymore. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know, you're an honorary A-list, but you're not an A-list anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it got to be.
I mean, look, Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame. You know
Yeah,
what
that's
I
true.
mean? You know,
But you can't play football no
trade,
more, though. You are in the Hall of
trade,
Fame, but you can't play football no more.
I trade that Pro Bowl jacket. You know what I mean? That league MVP for that gold jacket. You know, at the end, but when you still think you can play, that's bad. But the thing about Williams, that is to me, like if nobody was able to get them with scandal, you know what I mean? Nothing. They were just kind of untouchable. Then they're gonna touch each other. The one person that take you down is your own wife, you know what I mean? And have
Well,
you
yeah, they got a lot of
like
rumors.
that.
They got a lot of rumors floating around, none of it unconfirmed, but it's a
Okay, but
lot of stuff
even when he was the rumor of him being gay, the open marriage, they still flew above that. You know what I mean? That didn't never like take down.
You think about that though, that kind of rumor right there. If somebody say hit you with like that with a gay rumor, so how do you know? Were you there? How do you know? And if you were there, what were you doing there witnessing it? You know what I'm saying? So that's a tough rumor to try to keep going at somebody. But it's like, what were you doing there, D? You know what I'm saying? It's like accessory. It's like accessory to a robbery. You know, so and so robbed. How you know he was there? So you was there. So you an accessory now. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and they catching him little sound bites of him saying maybe homoerotic stuff. You know what I mean, to other men. But
yeah, actor, man.
Exactly that too. Like so, Heath Ledger and what's that dude? Gyllenhaal. They did the little Brokeback Mountain, but you don't hear. Well, I mean, he's dead, but you don't hear him like, well, dude gay. Well, he played a gay part in a gay movie, and we let it go.
I guess he took it to his grave now.
I know, right? And we let them playing gay characters go. You know what I mean? Will can't say something without saying pause, and then now he gay forever. But that didn't stop him from landing any movies. He still made Bad Boys 3, and if he made Bad Boys 4, we would probably still go see it.
I think they're working on Bad Boys. I think they're working on new Bad Boys.
You know what I mean?
I like them in Suicide Squad though. I like Deadshot. He was pretty cold with Deadshot.
Exactly. Man. I mean, that didn't stop him from being in a Marvel movie. None of these little rumors about the open marriage stopped anything for any of them. So when I say all the rumors, they kind of just flew above. I mean, they kept just doing their thing.
Yeah.
Saying the right stuff, smiling into cameras.
Yeah. All right, what you think about this? I seen this on Shannon Sharp podcast. He said he once broke up with a girl because she passed gas in front of him. Is this an unrealistic expectation on another person, or is this like an overreaction?
Well, I mean, the first mind he said it's very unrealistic because people gonna have to pass gas, but you don't have to like really pass gas in front of somebody in the stink. Like, I mean, like a real, like if it's real noisy.
Gas it and not stink, dude. Are you kidding me, man?
I mean, look, the silent ones are deadly. The silent ones that you don't hear usually got more stank on. You know what I mean?
Have this ever happened to you when you was younger? Like in your 20s, something like that, you was taking the girl somewhere. It was just two of y'all in the car. It did something, and you didn't do it, but she not saying that either.
Man, that's in the car is easy. You know what I mean? We live in Arkansas. This is crazy smell. Oh, we must have ran over something.
The skunk outside.
Crack the window a little bit or whatever. Something out there, But if it's like we sitting Netflix and chill, and she let out a really big fart, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think we should be able to laugh about it because you're human. But now, if it's a big fart and then it stank, the room starts smelling like eggs. I'm coughing. Like, is something wrong with you? Like, you got a GI problem? now I got a problem right there because I'm really getting sick. I'm about to throw up.
You never smelled the fart so bad it make you start laughing, but they just smell so bad.
No, I haven't had the pleasure. You know what I mean? And then plus, you know, I've been married. You know what I mean? You got to think. What's your expectations? If you ever go on a trip with the opposite sex, most hotels got one bathroom. You know what I mean?
And it's right there by the bed. It ain't too far. I mean, we ain't staying in a 5-star hotel like Diddy was. Probably like a big old penthouse. We staying in a regular hotel room.
And you think you can stay somewhere for 4 to 6 days and somebody ain't gonna use the bathroom like that and light it up?
Yeah.
Especially trying different foods almost every day. So it's definitely unrealistic.
And I had a manager when I worked at Red Cross. I had a manager. He said he dated a girl that was a vegetarian, bro. He said it smelled so bad. He said he actually had to leave out the room, man. He said he would literally get up out the room and go in another room for like 15 minutes and then come back. Said it smelled like the elephant aquarium at the zoo, bro, because they eat nothing but. Isn't that amazing? Elephants eat nothing but grass. And they smell worse than animals that eat meat, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like a lion or something.
I mean, I'm not smelling poop and you know.
No, but you can ride by the zoo. You can smell it though. Some days it's just like, man, yeah.
No, that's a big animal. So and then plus, low key, our olfactory senses is used to like human feces. So you just got humans don't smell as bad because you used to.
Now, some people, man, you ain't used to that smell. Some people like, man, good God, you be eating kale or something, man. What's going on?
Now, that's the thing, too. Like, if it's really, like, smells to the point, like, where you get gagging, I can understand leaving the relationship, like, because I can't leave my house every time you poop.
He said he did, though. He said he would either go back to the Fox or go can you go get something from Target for me? He said he wouldn't use the bathroom in front of a girl, like go to the bathroom while they there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm different. I'm different. I mean, I poop. It don't matter to me. I mean, just.
But I'm definitely not pooping anywhere close to game time.
What's that?
I'm not pooping close to game time. That's just.
Oh man, most dudes. It can depend on what level you're on the scale. Like 10 is I gotta go no matter what. I can't hold it. 1 is I don't gotta go. But if a dude's like in between, like 5 to 7, he'll hold it and get it go finish the game. Then go use the bathroom, bro. No problem.
If I'm on a 10, I'm trying to finish this game before.
But when you lose that clinch, though, that's it. This is the clinch.
Boy. Maybe too good, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, let us know in the comments what you think. Is that an overreaction, or would you do that? I think most dudes, man, dudes don't care about that.
I think it's an overreaction, like one time. But if they like person keep doing it and it's like not cute, like a little cute fart, like
man,
you know what I mean?
I tear the bathroom up. Like and my family know I probably maybe do it 2 or 3 times a day. I mean, they say, oh, if I'm at work, I'm probably go. That's why I was telling, like, some jobs, I want them to have a nice bathroom. That's kind of that could be a turn away from me. You got a terrible bathroom, I'm good, man. I don't want to work here.
I had somebody think I was cheating because, like, I'm gonna go to the bath, like, I'm gonna stop at a Walmart. You know what I mean? Like, you must have been
on the Walmart bathroom,
bro. Hey. I mean, I'm not doing it on the side of the road.
You trying to get hepatitis? You trying to get hepatitis J? What you trying to get? Walmart.
But I think, man, sometimes Walmart bathrooms are not that bad. You know what I mean? Especially
when is it sometime? When is it sometime? I haven't seen it.
I see it a lot.
I haven't seen it.
You gotta.
And I worked at Walmart for a time, and I didn't see it when I worked at Walmart before. Now they're supposed to clean it. I think they're supposed to clean it every at the top of every aisle, but you know how that goes.
It's a 75% chance. That is gonna be clean.
Yeah.
Well, no, usable. Like I say, usable. You know what I mean. But sometimes you go in there and flow with. You know what I mean. But so I was like, what was you doing in there? Like you said, you had to use the bathroom. I had to use the bathroom. You know what I mean. So, because I'm not gonna be riding somewhere. You know what I mean, messing up my car.
So what would you tell a teen? If somebody wanted to work at the hospital, what do you think the pros and cons of working at the hospital?
12-hour shifts are available.
Yeah.
You can start young.
Yeah.
You can move
Ain't
your
no
way
joke,
up
though.
to different. It's a variety of positions. 12-hour shifts are available, so that means you can work 3 days a week, like a college schedule: Monday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, Friday, or you know, like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or something like that. Or you just
Yeah.
like work your 3 days in a week, and then you can go to school on the off days. You know what I mean? You work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can go. You can get all your classes on Tuesday, Thursdays,
That's
and
true.
then you don't have to work. Like it's a more flexible schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of the 9 to 5. You know what I mean? You can work overnight. Those shifts are available. You know what I mean? And then there's so many different career choices. If you want to be a
Yes.
lawyer, you can be a lawyer for the hospital. If you don't want to be a doctor or nurse, there's biomed, there's nuclear med. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's tech jobs. You know what I mean? And you can start off with anything. You know what I mean? It gives you your first taste of certifications, like going to school without going to school. Basically, like you can be a certified CNA, and like now this is your pay level. Like without the CNA, you were probably right here. Now you're a CNA, you get this.
Yeah.
Now every certification you get, like you're a critical care CNA. You know what I mean? Specialist. Maybe you are EKG tech. Maybe you're a monitor tech after the CNA. And you get those certifications, you know what I mean? Maybe you want to start working in the legal office. Maybe you want to work in medical records. You can look and see all those things, and you can ask questions once you're working. That's an advantage of working in the hospital.
Yeah. I think it's like a variety box of donuts. It's so many different kinds of donuts in there you can choose from. Whichever one you choose. Now, what do you think the cons are?
Well, the same thing. Well, it's too many choices. I can't decide what I want to do.
Yeah, you got to have a strategy. You got to have a strategy. Yeah.
You can get placed in a real good position early, and then you can get complacent in that and not want to move. Like, the step up is more money, but it's also more responsibility, and you don't want that responsibility.
Yeah, we do that as a culture too. Yeah, they say I want to stay here because it's more comfortable. I don't want the responsibility. Yeah.
Those things are available. Whenever it's a large amount of people, a population, people on different levels, it's hate on different levels. Clicking up, you know what I mean? The social hierarchy there, starting gossip about the wrong people. People start to gossip about you. Now you're feeling uncomfortable. You're dating at work. The dating didn't go right, you know, things like that. So the social backlash of making bad choices. Now, if you always make good choices, this won't be a problem for you. But if you're human, you make mistakes. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes your mistakes can cost you your job.
So what about the smells? What about the smells?
Another thing too, a bad day at a banker, they lose some money. A bad day at a hospital, somebody loses their life.
Yeah.
You know, that's something you can like, or your mistake could kill somebody, even if you're a housekeeper.
Your mistake could kill you.
You can give somebody in infections. You know what I mean? An infection, you can walk in a room without looking. You can walk in being exposed to TB.
Boy, meningitis, man, it's crazy.
Staph infection, you know, non-resistant. That means it's resistance to antibiotics.
I mean, just if you're not used to just smelling different smell at a drop of a hat, I mean, you could literally go from the second floor, everything good, to the third floor, and it just smell like feet, throw up. You hear the person in there.
No, I think everybody smelled everybody food. You smell throw up before. You smell vomit. You smell urine, and you smell feces.
Not everybody, not like that, not at that level.
No. Everybody is human. They've smelled it before. All right, because you do all those things.
But these are unique. These some unique smells, though. You can.
That's where I'm getting at. Now you will be smelling the feces of one of the sickest people in the world. You might smell somebody's urine. The urine looks like tea, like in the catheter. It looks like tea or Coca-Cola. And
the syrup,
you don't want to even
Coca-Cola
know
syrup without the carbon.
You don't want to know how that smells. Sick people, depending on what's wrong with them, their liver, their kidneys, they have smells. Gangrene has a smell. Somebody's foot rotting off,
And you might see it. Depending on where you work at, you might have to clean gangrene. Oh God.
You pick up a laundry bag and you smell something, or you like step in something. You hope that's water you stepped in. You know what I mean?
You hope so.
You know that you will smell stuff that you just wouldn't. Like you be trying to describe it to other people, like what it actually smell like.
Don't get assigned to the burn floor. Don't get assigned to the burn unit. Oh Lord, don't get assigned. Ooh.
You got a person that's been throwing up blood, and then they pooping out blood. Black, blood, and then it's like bile, or they got a tube going down their nose and it's pumping out stuff, and that stuff has the smell.
Yeah.
And they waste stuff, and people not bathing. You just smell a plethora of smells of sick people. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like being a firefighter. You got to be mentally prepared, depending on what floor you work on when you come in there every day. You got to be mentally prepared. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no joke. All right. So our next slide.
Trying to touch you, and they look like they almost got French tip, but they brown, but they got feces packed.
Yeah.
In their nail bed. It's just packed under their nails. And they keep trying to grab on you and touch you. You're trying to be nice, and you know what I mean. And ain't nothing brown in this room.
No, nothing.
Ain't nothing brown they ate. Like what's all this stuff under their nails?
And he ain't got no candy bars, no chocolate in there either. So think about that. All right, our next slide is pick one. Oh, let me go to it. Would you rather be rich and popular and everybody knows, or would you rather be low key and rich and nobody knows?
I'm taking low key for sure.
But would you stay low key though? That's the question. That's the hard part.
Yeah, I mean, so I can't broadcast my house, my money on Facebook or Instagram. Yes, I could definitely stay low key. Now, does that mean I have
not just that broadcast part, but can you still drive the Honda Accord, 98 Honda Accord if you're rich? Or do you got to get the Hellcat? Then you got to get the Demon.
What's the purpose of being rich when you can't? Now, are you going to say you can be rich but not enjoy your money? So I got to stay in a certain house. I gotta have a car.
Low key?
Now a certain house. Like I can still stay in my house, but because you don't know what it looked like inside. You know what I mean? But you can tell me what kind of car I drive. Now, no, I can't get a Cadillac. Now I understand I shouldn't get maybe a Phantom or a Lamborghini because that'll be flashy. You know what I mean? But dang, if I can't get a Cadillac or a Lincoln, like why am I rich? You know what I mean? I can't eat certain foods. I can't have you got a Wagyu steak. You know what I mean? That's flashy. People gonna know you're rich. No, so I gotta have a certain amount of luxury. That's the point of being rich. You know what I mean? But I can keep everything low key.
Low key and rich and nobody knows, or rich and popular and everybody knows.
Well, I definitely don't really want to be rich and popular. You know what I mean? Because that creates problems in itself. You know what I mean?
Because when you go buy the Wagyu steak, you ain't buying it if you ain't rich. I mean, you got to be some level of wealth. That's a lot of money to spend, man. But be half of your check. If you're a regular person, that's half of your check, man. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yes, it is. You know what I mean? But how many people in there? Like, so I can't go to authors or whatever once a month. You know what I mean? Like, as a regular person, I think I can go to authors once a month. Now, people don't know what I'm ordering. Like, you know what I mean?
You going once a month as a regular person, you just ordering appetizers, if that. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, it's like, who's like really monitoring me like that as a regular person? You know what I mean? Regular people drive like, Mercedes and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It depends on what you want to do though. Cause I think from what I've been seeing, like it seems like people that are rich and popular, they do like a lot of speaking engagements and stuff. Like like the Grant Cardones and stuff like that. When they get rich and popular, like Grant Cardone, they monetize social media pretty much.
Yeah, no,
instead of being low key and rich, you know what I'm saying?
And I will still donate to charity. Like if you gave me that kind of money, I don't have to do it in my name. If I give money to my church, I don't have to do it in my name. If I give money to you, I don't have to do it in my name. You know what I mean? You can just, get a brick in your mailbox. You know what I mean? Or you can get this kind of car.
No, I'm saying you can use money to. I think like the angle you can use money to gain more access, like in popularity, gain more access to more stuff, to make more money. Or you could be low key and just stay doing what you're doing, and just keep building like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely go low key.
I thought about that. I was thinking about that the other night. Would I be low key and rich and nobody knows, or rich and popular and everybody knows? I think my personality, man. I think I probably would be with the Rolex. I'd probably be crazy, man.
Now,
I work a regular job. Be running a Rolex to work and stuff, man. Just stupid stuff.
So okay, let's think about that.
Yeah.
Like we can have a regular Rolex. You know what I mean? 100,000 look more pedestrian, or you can have the 600,000 Patek, 650. You know what I mean? Like $1 million watch. You know what I mean? With diamonds all in the bezel. That's a little bit more flashy. I can get a $200,000 Rolex that looks more pedestrian.
Right.
So you can still have stuff. It just don't have to be flashed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All
right. What's our next slide? Did my computer just freeze up? I think it did. God dog it.
Frozen, Mr. Robot, gonna do the Michael Jackson.
Oh, my next slide. I was trying to see if it's gonna catch back up. Like it just froze up though.
You gotta hold your breath because it still froze.
Oh my God, it did freeze up. It totally froze. But yeah, guys, we finna get ready and close out. Just come to chop it up with you. Drop some insight, encourage people to think. Like, share, subscribe. We'll be making clips off of this and posting it. Make sure to hit the like button. Help us grow. Got anything you want to say before we get out of here, bro?
No, I'm good. Appreciate it for y'all for watching us live, and growing with us. You know what I mean? Helping us go through the little awkward stages. We appreciate that.
All right, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what happened, bro. That was crazy.
It's still running though.